in the middle of the song. Hey, Banawe, that's older than hip hop. We can take it further than that and say hip hop got that shit from Africa.
No, and we did that last week, right?
Yes.
We did that. Yo, it's good. We're back at it like crack addicts. You know what time it is. Masterclass podcast in session. Hanging out with the head nigga in charge, ne?
HNIC, the one and only. You know it's episode 10.
Yes.
And we're out at the SA Hip Hop Museum.
Dog, that's crazy, man. Like,
you know why we're here? We want to kill that shit that SA Hip Hop is dead. We're the only ones with the museum. Which other genre? That means we'll live
can't
forever.
do it, dog.
That means
let me tell you why.
Okay, let me finish this.
Word.
This means we'll live forever.
Hip hop never dies.
Hip hop will never die. Stop dreaming. Stop dreaming.
You know why?
That's wishful thinking.
You know why?
And I don't want us to entertain this topic as a hip hop because we had an episode on that.
Yeah, check out episode 4. I think episode 4. That's where we talk about
3 or 4.
Hip hop is dead, which will never happen. But you know why other genres can't have things like museums and things that will live forever? It's because there's no culture around the music that they. It's just music, you know. It's house. Yeah. There's no real culture around house music. There's no lifestyle really.
They be biting our shit. These niggas be dressing like they hip hop. Timberlands, Jordans.
Everyone.
They don't have. They don't
average human being. It's not even about.
You know, we have graffiti. We have skaters. We have beatboxers. We have like hip hop is rich.
It's a cultural thing, man.
Fuck that shit because your favorite artist is making whack music, you think hip hop is dead. Hip hop is not rap.
No.
Fuck that shit.
It's something that you said before, that we don't speak hip hop, we live hip hop.
We live hip hop, yeah.
That's what we do. How's your week been? You been nice?
I've been nice, man.
I've been crazy. So many drops, dog.
Yeah.
I feel like we have to touch on it.
Let's handle one at a time. Let's handle one at a time.
I'm saying with the international stuff right now.
With the international stuff.
Drake, Kanye dropping. I spoke about how I don't care if Kanye drops anymore. But when he did drop, man, I was happy, man. I was good with that. I love Donda. Certified Lover Boy. I'm still getting around to liking it as much as I do Donda. I do think Kanye came through with a really dope album. Musically is very, very nice. Drake, I still have to get my adjusting towards it, listen to it a bit more. But I'm just happy that we're in a time right now where two of the biggest artists in the world are dropping in this pandemic and showing that this is the time for you to make as much money as you can.
Do you know why many people think SA hip hop is dead? Is because American rappers are dropping average albums, so South African rappers have nothing to bite from.
What are you saying, dog? What are you saying? Last week you were talking about accents, now you're saying don't biting their stuff.
Homies, like mainstream niggas have always been biting whatever that comes from that side. Now like American niggas, American rappers are dropping average albums. You know, now you have nothing to bite from.
I don't know.
Rather go to Amapiano because that's something new.
I don't know.
American niggas are dropping the same old shit they've been dropping. You have nothing new to bite from.
True, because the Drake flow is still the same on CLB.
Yes.
Donda still, I was saying that I feel like Donda is all of Kanye's music that never made the album.
There's a dope album that's not getting enough attention. Baby Kim.
Dropped yesterday though, dog. I mean,
no, I'm saying
a week ago now.
I'm saying it dropped last week. That album is beautiful. That album is a breath of fresh air.
Why? Because of the bars? Because
of the bars, of the flows, and he's 20 years old, man. Like the old niggas are giving us something they've been giving us in the past 10 years.
Yeah, that's what we got from.
You know, we need fresh niggas who can. I like that Baby Kim is a lyricist. Yeah. Like he doesn't mumble like other kids on Lin. You know, he's rapping. He's got bars. He's got flows. He's somehow a rebirth of Kendrick Lamar.
He's Kendrick's cousin, isn't he?
Yeah, he's Kendrick's cousin.
It makes sense by that, though.
His album features Kendrick on like two songs.
Tracks, yeah.
Yeah, so Baby Kim is a breath of fresh air, man. Fuck these Lin rappers.
So what if the homies decide, yo, we're gonna bite Baby Kim's bars and we're gonna put it
Niggas don't bite complicated shit. That shit. Niggas don't bite J. Cole. Niggas don't bite Kendrick. Niggas will go for easy shit. Auto-tune. Okay, let's bite that. And auto-tune it. Make me sound nice. Niggas don't want to think. Don't
create something.
Yeah,
else.
niggas don't want to copy. Niggas don't want to copy shit that will require them to think out of the box.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that.
So they always bite some simple shit, some stupid shit, some gimmick shit.
And it works sometimes, right?
It always works.
So why not keep doing it?
No, let me tell you why it works. Because radio compilers don't know shit. They're not part of the culture. They want shit that sounds like Drake. They want shit that's familiar to the ear. They want shit that sounds like Young Thug.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you bring something that sounds like Immortal Technique that they never heard before because they're not part of the culture, they're like, no, this shit won't work.
I hear you.
Yeah.
But also don't put it on the radio.
No, I'm saying
my man.
Mainstream. No, not just radio. I'm not targeting radio. Mainstream media.
Yeah.
Mainstream.
But here's why. Let me tell
Sunday
you why.
Times won't even write about you.
Let me tell you why.
Yeah.
Right. Hip hop is maybe about 20% of South Africa's population, even less maybe. So for a big national station to want to play a Immortal Technique sounding rapper from South Africa, it's not going to happen because that's not what's on demand at the moment. People want the Drake bubblegum stuff, which is why
not all day. There's always a niche for everything. You know,
that's why there's specific shows.
People didn't believe in on Amapiano when it started until it blew up. When it was underground, nobody fucks with Amapiano. You know, now you have all these culture vultures jumping into that shit. Before we go any further, I'd like to say, while we're shooting this episode, we got visited by the legendary
Ready D.
DJ Ready D.
Hey man,
you know what I'm saying? Show that shit on the screen. Show the picture of us with Ready D.
Can we dub Ready D the greatest GOAT DJ in South Africa?
Yes, he's the legendary. Actually, his full name is the Grandmaster Ready D. So don't forget the Grandmaster. Yeah, no man. DJ is better than Ready D in South Africa.
That's a legend. I was so happy to meet him right now. What's crazy is that Ready D's never really dabbled into making music. You know what I mean? He's never been the DJ that wants to compile a mixtape.
Because he was part of POC, Prophets of the City. He was DJing for the crew. So he didn't have to do that.
It's crazy now that you say that he's the only one really from POC that's still in the game. You know, that people still mess with like that.
Yeah.
That's known to someone who
he's still part of the culture. He's still contributing to the culture because he has a show on Good Hope FM, a hip hop show.
Which you guys gave him the award.
Yeah.
Do you listen to that radio show?
It's a provincial radio. It's like YFM, Gauteng, Good Hope in Cape Town, Gagas in Durban.
I'm just sour, dog.
You know?
I'm just sour. I should have won that one. But I love Ready D, man. Shout out to Ready D for pulling up today. Let's get into class, dog, yeah?
Yeah, let's
Class is in session. Today, this one is very interesting because we were just talking about culture vulturing and niggas jumping from one place to the other, people biting American music, cultural appropriation.
Yeah.
Big conversation, I think, last year, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And it mainly blew up because of Kostatich. I think I'm not going to sugarcoat it.
As
soon as Kostatich came into the scene, this became a situation where in music and in hip-hop, culture vulture was a thing now. Cultural appropriation was a thing. Before, I don't think anyone paid attention to the color of your skin or what culture you're from for you to rep something that you're not. But as soon as Costa came through, now there was a bit of a problem, especially with the rappers that are in the game. They didn't like Costa because he's using the vernacular and he's culture vulturing into hip-hop.
Let me tell you about culture vulturing. Not culture vulturing, but cultural appropriation. Cultural appropriation is when someone uses the culture he's not part of for his personal or financial benefit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So we can. It's not even about color.
So
you know,
if
a Tswana guy uses a Xhosa culture to make money, that's cultural appropriation.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? and it's been happening. White people have done it. I think Johnny Clegg made a lot of money by appropriating Zulu culture. You know, it's been happening. The Anvor.
I don't know about the Anvor though.
The Anvor is appropriating the
Afrikaans culture.
Not the Afrikaans culture, the Cape Town colored culture.
Okay.
Yeah. All that gangster and the language and the slang. This nigga was rapping in English all his life. And all of a sudden he came out with the Anvor pretending to be a gangster Afrikaans, some shit he was never he never was. You know what I'm saying? So cultural appropriation has nothing to do with the color.
Word.
If you are hip hop and you are white, you have every right to be actually a white person who lives a hip hop culture has more right than a black nigga who's amapiano within the hip hop space. You know what I'm saying? It's about living and being hip hop. Hip hop has no boundaries that okay, a white person can be hip hop.
Yeah.
You need to be true to the culture. Be about the culture. Live the culture.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Here's my argument with what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
You have to live the culture, be the culture, but if we know that that's not who you are, it's like almost when
That's
rappers...
appropriation.
That's what I'm saying. If you're a rapper and you rap about selling drugs, shooting people on the streets, but that's not how you live, then for me, that's not living hip-hop, because already you're capping. That's cap, right? So if you're a white rapper who's now rapping in vernac and you do not speak vernac at home at all, that's cap. That's you. That's fake for me. That's fugazi.
That's capping. You're trying to
That's fake.
lure the
That's fake.
black market into like fucking with you.
Word, but now that's what I'm saying, that you can't say that cultural appropriation is fine as long as you're living hip hop. But
No. That's if you live in hip hop. Listen, if you Eminem, you grew up in a trailer park with niggas. All you know is ciphers and all this hip hop lifestyle is all you know.
then that's fine.
It's fine. That's not appropriation. It's your lifestyle.
That's who you are.
It's your lifestyle.
That's how you're living.
If you Eminem, you grew up with Proof and D12. You've been doing these things together. You're talking the same language, the same slang. That's not appropriation. That's your reality.
That's when you're not being fake about it. And
That's when you're not being fake about it.
That's 100%.
But if you're gonna
bring it home.
Yes.
Bring it home.
But if you're gonna come a white kid from the north and in your rhymes you always throw every once in a while in your lines you throw a vernac,
some hood bars.
Yeah, so it means you're seeking some validation.
Yeah.
That's not who you are.
I've actually got the actual definition of cultural appropriation that I wanted to read to you.
Read it to me.
Cultural appropriation is the adoption of an element or elements of one culture or identity by members of another culture or identity.
Yes.
That's what we're talking about.
That's what we're talking about.
So in layman's terms, right, if a white person in America decides to dress up like a red Indian or Indian, a Cherokee, I don't know what you call it.
Yeah.
That's cultural appropriation.
That's cultural
So
appropriation.
if a white guy in South Africa decides to dress like a black guy in South Africa and rap in vernac,
how do black guy dress?
Sengyasho nje. Usitokele nathi usekhasi. You can tell that. I mean, you know how the white boys dress in our country. That's cultural appropriation. For them to now dress like a black person, rap like a black person, is cultural appropriation.
Yeah, we can see cultural appropriation from a distance. If you see a white boy in a sporty and a Dickies and an All-Star, you're gonna be like, wait, what the fuck is going on here? And that's cultural appropriation.
But now that when you bring it to the music, I can't tell the difference between someone who's dressed like a black guy and rapping in vernac, and them actually living that life. I can't tell the difference. So when I see Kostatich or somebody white rapping in vernac, I don't know that he's been living with black people and that's his culture. To me, I assume his cultural appropriation, well, I don't even know what the word is, but he's doing that, you know?
He's appropriating.
He's appropriating the culture.
Yeah.
So he's jumping onto an identity that's not his.
Yeah, most we know like South Africa is not integrated that much. if we integrate, it's black people move from the hood, they go to the suburbs and integrate with white people. White people don't integrate with black people. White people will never buy a 4-room house in the hood. They don't go to black people. Black people go to white people. So it's very difficult to believe that, hey, this nigga black, this nigga is part of us, this nigga represent a white person in South Africa as divided as it is because of our historical background.
Exactly.
A white person cannot be believable and
it's not
to represent the hood. You know, you cannot talk about chisanyamas and car washes, some shit that we see every day on the street corner, you're not part of. We're not going to believe you if you rap about that shit.
But if your excuse is, I live this life, I hang around black people, I've been talking vernac with my black friends, is that...
At school. Black people who went to private school, that's where most of these white kids learn these black habits and black words. They don't learn them from the hood. They learn them from kids from the hood who go to a private school or multiracial school, and then they pick up, okay, like fish and chips. Okay, cool. But that's none of your shit. That's our shit. You know, the fat cakes, all that shit, acha, that's part of our DNA. That's our culture. That's our everyday lifestyle.
All
that shit. If you're gonna come and talk about these things because you wanna be accepted in the black community, that's cultural appropriation.
Appropriation.
Appropriation. And it doesn't end with white people. Black people do that shit too.
I think black people have done it the most, actually. Especially, like you're saying, we didn't like grow up living in the burbs, right?
Yeah.
But as soon as we moved to the burbs, we start living like white people.
We started living like white people.
We start enjoying the privileges of being white.
Even rappers, that's why there was this conversation of fake American accent, fake American rappers, fake American wannabes, because a lot of rappers be appropriating the American culture, the accent, the slang. They've never been there.
You called it biting earlier.
Yes.
Which is what is happening really?
You know what I'm saying? But we got kids. We got kids who sound like they from Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know.
That's cultural appropriation.
That's cultural appropriation.
Cool.
Because we have real trap niggas in Atlanta who don't rap, who are living that lifestyle.
The trap lifestyle. I guess for an Atlanta guy, they're representing that. But I haven't seen many South African people actually trapping the way they trap on their music. Especially these young guns that are coming through now with their American-sounding, Atlanta-sounding trap.
Because
I don't think they live that life.
They don't even know underground trap from Atlanta. They know the Young Thugs, only the stuff they see on TV. They don't know the hardcore trap.
Yeah.
You know, from the dungeon.
Let me bring it home quickly. Here's a quick question, right?
Yeah.
An artist like Aries, think he's a dope rapper, right?
He's a dope.
He's
one
fire.
of my favorite. I love Aries.
One of your faves, right?
Yeah.
Would you not say he's cultural appropriating
What?
the American culture in his music? Because he doesn't rap like he's a South African rap. I mean, now he's got songs with Jay Jody, I think.
Yeah.
They're compatible. He sounds like he's on the same level as the guys in America. So when he goes to America, he's just going to sound exactly like them. I think that's cultural appropriation as well. Like, we need to look at that too.
No, I don't think so. We know it's been like the accent debate it comes from, but I'm saying the content. Aries doesn't rap about the trap house and the American lifestyle. He's here, although he's sounding like those rappers. He's on par with American rappers, but his content is still here.
And someone like a Nasty C. Nasty's in the States right now, and word on the streets is that they just feel like he's another rapper in the States. But when he's here, he sounds so dope, and we love his stuff, you know? Cultural appropriation.
Listen. I said this before. I don't have a problem with rapping in English. You know, I can't even rap in vernac myself. The problem is when when you're gonna do references must be here. Don't tell me about. A lot of rappers they have the tendency of having American reference on their raps.
Which doesn't make sense to us.
Yeah, which
I get you.
Yeah, they can say I have a dream like Martin Luther King. We don't know who Martin Luther King is. I'm just saying, or I'm gonna sit on the bar on the bus like Rosa Parks. We don't know. The references must be South African. Tell me, reference Brenda Fassie, something that will resonate with me.
I get that. Yeah.
Like reference Nelson Mandela, something. Even when you rap in English. Like your references must still be local.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna try hard to say like Brooklyn, New York, this is what's now you are losing me now.
Of course.
It's not because of the language. It's not because you're rapping in English.
So
your references, if you take your references there, come on, man.
I hear that. I hear that. To close it off, hip hop is a culture that's adopted all over the world, right? Started in America. Can we not say all of us, including South African hip-hop, have culturally appropriated the hip-hop culture?
Nah, never that.
We adopted, let me tell you why. All of us here, especially if you're black, you are from a specific culture. Some two different cultures mixed, whatever, right? You have a way of living that your ancestors lived in. You have your culture. But here you are adopting an American culture, bringing it to South Africa, and then saying it's okay.
Nah, never. It was about the message and relating to the message. What H2O did, what Squatter Camp did, had nothing to do with American. Listen, when we were a kid, you heard NWA saying "fuck the police." You were like, you looked at your own situation. You were like, you know what?
Man, fuck the police. Of course.
When you heard Public Enemy saying fight the power, you looked at your government. You were like, you know what? Fight the power. It's not trying to be them. It's like relating to your own situation. Hip hop is universal. What they do in the UK, drill is hip hop, but it has nothing to do with America. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need. We need South African identity of hip hop. It is there, but we're neglecting it.
Okay.
We're chasing. That's why Certified Lover Boy and Donda are number 1 and 2 on the South African charts.
Almost all around the world as well.
Yeah, because on the South African charts. I'm not even talking about in America. In South Africa, number 1 and number 2 is Drake and Kanye. There are albums, like 3 albums that came out on the same day, South African albums. But we were like, yo,
we have to. But that's what I'm trying to make, the points I'm trying to make, and you're not understanding the points I'm
understanding the point.
You know
I'm saying our own people are not even paying enough attention to South African hip hop. When a South African hip hop album drops on the same day with American album, we lose because of us.
But understand.
Yeah, we'd go for Drake
Rashid,
before we go for Big Zulu.
Hold up, hear my point now for a little bit.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, hip hop is not a South African thing. Understand that, number 1. We are
not anymore. No, not anymore.
Let me
it
finish
started
my point.
in America. It is a South African. We have a South African version of hip hop.
You've culturally taken it from America. You've adopted a culture, just like the thing I've read now. You adopted a culture from America. So, number 1, when an album drops in, my man, let me finish my point. When an album drops in America, and like I'm saying, hip hop is an American thing. It started in America.
Yes.
They are obviously going to bust it up all over the world.
Let me tell you the difference.
My man, let me finish. Wait. Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point.
Okay, finish your point.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna come to you.
You can do that. But what I'm saying to you is, you can't be mad at the fact that South African hip hop will always be second best to an American hip hop, because South African hip hop is adopted from American hip hop. So is hip hop around the world. They are the dominant. We all culturally appropriating this hip hop genre.
I understand what you're saying. Here's my point. There's no reason at all in South Africa for Big Zulu to be second to Drake. I understand in America, it's
No,
fine.
bruh. No,
listen, there's nothing
You're not
American.
taking my point
Listen,
here.
listen, I get your point. There's nothing American about Big Zulu. And there's a difference between the art form and the culture. We are not using the American culture. Culture is the way of life. They live their own lifestyle, we live our own. We're just using the art form, the hip hop art form to address our culture, to express our own culture. It's not American culture. There's nothing American cultural about Big Zulu's album. You can listen from track 1 to track 20. There's nothing American. The only thing American is the art form, not the culture.
I hear that.
Culture is the way of life. We live in different.
Rashid?
Culture is the way of life.
No,
It's your everyday life.
Sure.
We're not having the same lifestyle as Americans. So once you if you on your raps, you're rapping about Atlanta and Brooklyn, then that's cultural appropriation because you're not about that life.
Yes.
But using the American art form, that's not cultural appropriation because you didn't tap into their culture. Big Zulu didn't tap into American culture.
I think it's a bit double standards.
It's not.
It's a bit double, like
it's not.
So you're saying, okay, I'm gonna take a piece of your culture. It's like what?
No, it's not.
It's literally that, dog. Let me finish.
No.
Let me finish the point. It's like you're taking a piece of something, saying, look, I like that you wear pink jerseys, right? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna wear pink jerseys as well. I'm just gonna wear them. I'm gonna wear the sweaters instead of the jersey.
Listen,
listen.
you're still
taking my pink shit.
Okay, listen. We can take it even further than hip hop and say poetry started in Africa. Poetry was an African thing.
Okay.
Maskandi have in the middle of the song has a nigga talking about that's older than hip hop. The Sutu niggas Sutu musicians when they do in the middle of the song, that's older than hip hop. We can take it further than that and say hip hop got that shit from Africa.
No, and we did that last week, right?
Yes.
We did that last week.
Yeah. Hip hop took that shit from Africa and now we're taking it back.
I hear that. I can agree with that.
Yeah, that's fully. Not appropriation.
Fully, I can agree with that.
But if you're gonna copy and paste American culture, that's appropriation.
I hear that. I can't argue with that. But I'm just saying, let's not, let's call a spade, bro.
Yeah.
If we're saying,
but let's localize it. It
doesn't change that it's hip hop at the end of the day.
Yes, it doesn't change that it's hip hop. I'm saying, fuck America. Let's deal with the culture vultures and cultural appropriators here locally.
Who do you think is cultural appropriating hip hop right now? Jumping on just because hip hop was wave. There was a time, 2014, there were a lot of artists that were just doing hip hop because hip hop was the end thing. The same way the culture of vulturing into Amapiano.
That's a tricky question because a lot of rappers, even big rappers, famous rappers, that's all they are. They are rappers. They are not hip hop. They are not part of the culture.
What would you like to see that makes them part of the culture then?
By being involved in the culture, by being part of the culture. You know what I'm saying? And you
not just dropping music.
OG, you don't rap. And you're more hip hop than most rappers.
That's true.
Yeah.
100%.
So you don't have to rap to be hip hop, but we'll know who's hip hop and we'll know who's not. And this
and we'll spit you out.
And I love this lockdown because this lockdown, this COVID-19 this COVID-19 has exposed a lot of visitors in this culture, has exposed a lot of people who don't give a fuck about hip hop. Because as soon as they were starving and they were not getting gigs, they jump to the other side.
Genre. Yeah. We're seeing it. We see you,
motherfuckers.
And I keep saying,
we know you were not hip hop. Just because you can rap doesn't mean you're hip hop.
And don't come back, nigga. Stay in your corner.
Yeah.
Keep cultural vouching onto that. What do you feel about? I'm gonna move it to the FMC situation.
Yeah.
In terms of cultural appropriating and culture vouching in a sense. Someone like a Boiti jumping onto hip hop, when we didn't know she was a rapper, her thing was acting. Do you feel that's a bit of cultural appropriation? We know her for a certain thing, and now all of a sudden you're doing hip hop. You know, I know Denise Zimba's doing the same thing now.
Yeah.
You know, that's not cultural. It's only cultural once you are taking somebody else's identity.
Yes, that's cultural appropriation, man.
You think so?
We know those people, they're part of the culture. Some of these people have never been to a hip hop session in their lives.
That's true. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? It's because that's why I just said, just because you can rap doesn't mean you hip hop. You know, it's business. It's
everything. It's
yeah.
living it, bro. It's breathing it. It's all of that.
As soon as your music is not popping anymore,
Ready to
shout out.
Building.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir.
So as soon as your music is not popping anymore, you're not gonna be fucking with this shit.
You're gonna go to the next
Yeah,
genre. You're gonna jump into the Yanos.
that's why we have people who used to rap who like, I fuck hip hop. I'm not part of that shit anymore. Because they were not about the culture. They were about the fame and the raps and the bitches and the groupies and the, you know, that shit is not happening anymore. That's why you have a lot of beta OGs who are not relevant anymore. Who like, I know, fuck these kids, fuck hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Because they not within this space anymore.
They don't live the culture.
They don't live the culture.
Just do this rap. They don't live the culture.
You know what I'm saying?
It's very important to live it.
And one thing you need to understand is that SA hip hop is young. You know, the difference between America and SA is the generation.
Yeah, a lot happened before.
Yeah. In South Africa, at the age of 30, you are looked at as an OG.
Of course.
You know, the OGs in America are in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah. If they're still in the game even.
Most of them are still, not in the game, but in the culture.
In the culture.
Yeah.
But
so, cause
that's also the difference, right? Why I say the culture appropriation thing comes in. Is that you have someone who's 50 years old and he's an OG in the game, right? In Mzansi, someone like a Questa can be regarded as an OG.
He is.
Right now.
Yeah, he is.
Which is crazy, fam. He
is. Because hip-hop in America is old, and it shows with generation. Like Megan Thee Stallion's mother used to be a rapper. You know?
Yeah.
You have like 3 generations of rappers. There's someone who's rapping now in America. His grandmother or his grandfather used to rap. We haven't reached that.
We haven't got there yet.
Yeah.
So we are gonna have these little niggles where we're trying to figure it out still. You know what I mean?
Wait.
But that goes back to my point of us adopting a different culture. We are still adopting the hip hop culture into SA hip hop. You know what I mean? We're adopting American hip hop.
It's gonna get to a point. We're still growing.
Exactly.
It's gonna get to a point where we have like a 60-year-old who used to rap.
With a son who's now rapping as
Yeah,
well.
a grandson
or whatever.
Who's now rapping. You know, we're not there yet.
I hear you. How are we going to close up this cultural appropriation? Are we condoning it? Are we saying it's cool? As long as you live hip-hop, then you can do this. You can, as long as you say, like an Eminem, as long as you grew up like that, that's how you live.
It's not going anywhere. It was there from day one. People will always use
the hip hop culture, dog.
Use it for their benefits. You know that like 60% of TV adverts use hip hop music in the background. People think hip hop is not that big, but hip hop, 90% of university students listen to hip hop. You know,
just the way we dress, it's all hip hop.
It's all hip hop.
The influences are hip hop. The way we talk.
You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is in America, you have a 60-year-old who used to be a rapper who can pick up a phone and call a president or call a senator or a minister. Because they're the same age, they're from the same hood, they used to live together. We're not there yet. You can't pick up a call
and call the minister
and call Cyril or minister, because there's a generation gap.
I hear that.
You know what I'm saying? So we still have a long way to go.
We're still gonna grow. We're gonna find out, if cultural appropriation affects us much or not. Sometimes we might need an artist like a Costa Titch to open doors for other young white or colored or Indian artists to jump onto a black hip hop culture.
Yeah.
Like, we need this type of person, like a Kostatich. I just don't condone, if he doesn't live that lifestyle, if that's not who he is, I don't think he should rap about it at all. That's the only problem I have with culture.
But if you're a trust fund baby and you have that trust fund maybe, that trust fund money, you can invest in this shit and we'll appreciate you for that.
I don't know. Yeah, if you're funding cats, if you're funding dope rappers, I'll appreciate it.
Dope rappers.
Don't rap just because you got money and rap about things you have no clue about. That's when you're jumping onto a different sphere. That's cultural appropriation.
Yeah.
I say rip and rap what you know. You know, don't talk about shit that you don't know.
Yeah.
And that will create the relevancy for me. I think that will make a good fucking song.
Because at the end of the day, it's all about the culture.
That's
if
facts.
you appropriate this shit, we're gonna take it personal.
If you fake, nigga,
fuck your sales, fuck your endorsements, fuck your streams. This is our everyday life.
There's a couple of y'all fake cats out here in the game right now. We can see you.
We
can
see
smell
you.
it.
We see you.
Smell it.
Let's move right along,
Move on,
man.
man. Free period.
Free period, man. Who do we have?
We got my homie Dopey. Shout out to Dopey, man. Brand new artist. I don't even think he's out the blocks yet properly, you know?
Yeah. He's still on the come up.
Like big time, not even on like underground come up.
Yeah.
So I think this is probably his first put on.
And we found him, like we always say, drop your links on the comments.
Yes.
That's where we found him, and check this out.
Concentrating's the character that I'm contemplating, but you saying it's tough. Realize I'm only giving them basics. Like Walla for the game when suck your power full of hatred. Criticizing a rapper saying he would never make it, but visualize what you after, don't barely pay him attention. I mention I'm multi-active and always represent.
Really dope rapper, man. He's got a song with an artist by the name Gravity, right? So these kids, fam, it goes back to our cultural appropriation thing.
Yeah.
If you heard the song, saw the video, right?
Yeah.
They sort of are bringing an American feel in terms of how they rap into South African music. But they rappers. So they sound like a Kendrick Lamar, a J. Cole. You know, they don't sound like a slapstick. They sort of adopted that from a Kendrick, and now on their music they almost sound the same as these homies, which I think is dope.
It is dope.
But you don't want to fucks with that.
No. I'm saying localize it. The content and the references. Lucky Dube sounded like Peter Tosh at some point, but he was addressing South African issues. I don't care who you sound like, but the content, let it be relatable.
Yeah. Like homies speak about bendos and like, what is a bendo,
you know what I'm
bro?
saying? You know what
Trap
I'm saying?
house, you been to a trap house, fam? Can't rap about things you don't know. But I think them having adopted that sort of cadence and feel, I think that's the lane that they enjoy, and they should stick to it. But they have
localize it. Talk about
to
shit we can relate to. That's what I'm saying. That's my point. That's my biggest point.
I hear you.
You can sound like Kendrick, you can sound like J. Cole, but talk about our shit.
Your problems, their shit, their stories.
Yeah,
yours.
No, I'm saying their shit, a shit we can relate to.
We can feel.
Yeah, not some Atlanta shit.
Yeah. I think cats like Dopey are really good with the pen game, and I think they can freestyle, not freestyle, but like they can battle. They can battle well.
And they still have a room to grow.
Big time.
Yeah.
Is there space for them? Because like you're saying now, we're not trying to listen to someone talking about things that they don't live, right? Because we feel it's fake. But they sound really nice, these cats.
No, I'm saying that's me. And maybe my opinion doesn't matter to you. Some radio compiler, some TV producer will love your shit because he knows it from somewhere. You know, that shit, I might not like it, but it might work for you.
But you one of the gatekeepers, so.
I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm the plug, nigga. I'm not a gatekeeper.
Dog.
I'm the plug. There's a difference.
You're the gatekeeper, homie.
I'm the plug, nigga. Plug you in.
Man. So
plug you in.
Send your music just like Dopey. Get your music played out here. Hit us with your YouTube link, right? Nothing else. We don't want anything. We don't want data file host and all these other things.
YouTube links only.
And then we'll put you on. So shout out to Dopey, bro. We're going to be bumping a lot more of your stuff. We want to see what he can do. And I also want to see, like, I want to see if the like what we're talking about, the fact that South Africans are appropriating American slang and culture. I want to see if that can work here, bro. I think it can. There's a market for it. If I don't want to listen to an artist from Atlanta, I can just listen to Dopey, you know?
Localize it.
When
Don't
you want homies to rap about the African Museum, about hip hop.
No. I want motherfuckers to rap about Alex. I want motherfuckers to rap about Kwamashu. I want motherfuckers to rap about Soweto, Guguletu. You know, I don't want to know what's happening in Brooklyn. I have people feeding me that.
Facts. I want to know the South African story. Let's tell the South African, even if it sounds like it's from Atlanta.
Yes, but
as long
like
as the
content.
No, I'm with you with that. With that. I feel like a lot of these young artists are not looking into that.
They don't get the bigger picture.
That.
But that's what we're here for.
Right?
That's what we're here for, to school the youngins.
That's what's going to sell, though, right?
Yeah.
The fact that you are sounding like J. Cole, right?
Yeah.
Or Kendrick, but you're talking about
Bram.
Yes. Does it take away from the fact that you still sound like Kendrick?
No, it doesn't.
You still sound like Kendrick.
You're inspired. You're inspired.
Oh, that's what we're calling it now. Inspiration. It's not biting a flow. It's biting a flow.
Yeah. Nothing is original under the sun. Nothing is original under the sun.
Don't do that.
No, but I don't encourage biting. Like, be inspired by someone and create your own shit out of that.
Very thin line between inspiration and stealing and biting music, though. Like, you can be inspired and then you can still check.
No, don't worry. We're gonna have a full episode on that. 100%. Biting and sampling and crossing the line. We're gonna have a full episode on that.
Nah, but that's my nigga Dopey. Go check him out. Very young cat coming up in the game. Remember the name. You heard it on the masterclass first, dog. Who you got?
I got with producers. I got Taffy the Don.
Yeah, I heard about Taffy, dog. Hey.
Taffy the Don.
Done a lot of work, actually.
He's done a lot of work. He did Ama Levels.
Yep.
Zako and Duncan. He did.
I think he did a few songs from the Zako and Duncan album.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he did Assessor. 90% of Assessor's songs are from Taffy the Don. He did.
Look, Taffy makes music for rappers. I don't think he makes like trappy type stuff, bubblegum. He makes music. If you can rap, I think he'll pull you into your studio and you guys can work. I don't see him working with a slapstick kind of, trappy artist. But the boom bap stuff, he's got it on lock for me.
And that musical, he's nice with Kwaito-ish stuff.
That's
as
what
well.
I'm saying.
You see that Skanda? If you want that Skanda type of sound, go to Taffy the Don, man. He's nice. He produced a lot of Kasi rappers from Soweto as well.
Okay.
Yeah, he's really nice with it.
I see. I'm a producer. I'm from Soweto. I feel like never get the shine that they deserve.
They never get the shine. They never get the shine.
There's so many of the homies from. I think Soweto produces better producers than it does artists.
Man, historically, Soweto, whichever genre, you had Mdu, you had Ata, you had Kabza the Small, you had Amu, all these motherfuckers from Soweto. It doesn't matter what genre it is. But I'm
saying the guys behind those guys, the producers, are most likely, I think.
No, I'm saying them as producers. Mdu was a producer.
Oh, what?
Ata was a producer. Kabza the Small is the producer. Amu is a producer, was a producer. I'm saying all those guys are from Soweto. Like we've had like amazing production from Soweto.
Come out of Soweto, Joe.
Yeah.
There's another kid that I know, calls himself TK the producer, also from Soweto. I think him and Taffy, they know each other because he's worked with Waraf and and guys from Ambitious.
Yo, Taffy is the nicest right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he do anything on the Zulu album, on the Big Zulu?
No, he didn't. He didn't. We're gonna talk about Big Zulu's album.
Let's
right
get
now.
straight into that. Let's talk about that goddamn
The
album.
review. It's time for the review.
Talk about that one, G.
Yeah.
You, Mzala. Aye.
What is it?
It took me like maybe 2
Oh, we're reviewing Big Zulu. Ikwanele Nyoga.
What does
Brand
that
new
even
album.
mean, first of all?
I have no idea.
This album for me was a real tough one too. And I love Zulu. He knows this. Big Zulu. I think when the first time I interviewed him, when he left the studio, I was like, yo, such a nice guy. dope music, but I don't know if the rest of South African hip hop culture will accept this, right?
Yeah.
Then he did Maleni and all the other songs, and he actually now blew up. Where I've got to a space where I thought, okay, now South Africans are appreciating Big Zulu.
Yeah,
and I loved it. And then we get this long album, and it's almost like it's gone back to that feeling of, I don't know if the rest of the country is gonna actually fuck with this, you know? I don't know if I can just play this for any random guy from the north. Like, I have to like Big Zulu to listen to this album.
Damn, man, this is a difficult one.
And
I think this
because you get the Big Zulu check, so you got
Yeah?
you gotta watch your words.
Nah, never that. I'm gonna be real. I know Big Zulu is my boy. He's my day one.
And he's gonna shoot you if you say some crazy shit.
Nah, he can't shoot me, man. You know what I'm saying? I know his shooters.
No, you know people. You know.
Yeah. So with this album, I think it's too much Maskandi.
Dog.
It's 90% Maskandi it's more Maskandi than hip hop.
Yep.
You know what I'm
100%.
saying?
Do you think
And let me break it down.
Yeah.
How I feel about this album.
And you weren't part of the production, I guess.
No, I wasn't. I only helped Big Zulu with one track, the one he did with Pro Kid.
Pro Kid.
Yeah,
Okay.
I had to. I'm the one who got the Pro Kid vocals and the whole shebang. You know, I assisted Big Zulu on one track, on this one, because he has a different team now.
Fired your ass.
No. we were friends. We were not business partners.
Oh, word.
Yeah, I was helping him as a friend. I think what's gonna make this album work is the singles.
And there are some singles.
Yeah,
And then
because he has a song, a potential single, the song with Pro Kid, the song with Something Soweto, and the song with Java.
And the Amifaku song.
And the Amifaku song. Those are enough singles to take Big Zulu to 2022.
Yeah.
And already on the album, there's 3 singles
That we know.
Imali Ningi, Intlupheko, and Umuze Sentin.
Oh, yeah, Mamilon was on the...
On the previous album. So I'm thinking that this album could have been a classic if it was only 10 songs.
Yep. I think you should have
It
given
could
us
have
a
been
12-track piece.
10 or 12 songs.
12-track piece.
It could have been a classic.
Also, here's my thing, right? Big Zulu just had one of the biggest songs of 2021, which is Imali Ning, right?
Imali Ning, yeah.
He didn't need to give us all of this music, but there's so much music on here. It took me 3 weeks to get through the whole album.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, the Maskandi influence is really dope. I think that's what we were talking about when we were saying, bring hip-hop to South Africa.
I
did
think
that really well.
Yes, it did. I think the Maskandi situation, he figured out that his previous album went gold.
And you know who was buying it.
And it's not the hip-hop niggas who bought that album.
Nah.
Because your motherfuckers don't buy shit. You know, it was the Maskandi fans who bought Big Zulu's album, who made it went gold.
That's true, dog.
Yeah.
So this is... Are we saying now, with this album, it seemed like he wasn't targeting us.
Nah,
He
he has
wasn't
a
looking at
formula.
you and me.
Right now, he knows what works.
Okay.
You know, he knows what works
For him.
for him.
Yeah, he knows where his market is.
He knows that hip-hop niggas will only give you props, shout-outs. Ew, that shit is dope.
They pay you in compliments.
But Maskandi fans are the ones who buy.
Who actually cop this.
Yeah.
Even the digging. They come out
so he accommodated more Maskandi than hip-hop.
100%. And
Yeah.
I get why.
But
because it's about the bag for him.
Yeah,
right
it's
now,
about
right?
the bag. But what I'm saying is, it could have been a classic album if
it was shorter.
It was like 10 to 12 songs.
Shorter. Some of the songs didn't have to give to us now. I
Yeah,
think he could
no.
have dropped them a bit later.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, 4 singles on a 21 track piece.
Yeah.
I think for streaming purposes, maybe he did that
Yeah.
for a reason.
Yeah.
Because now we've streamed all the 3 songs that we already have.
Yes.
There's 4 hot songs on there.
Yeah.
The rest of the songs, I don't think he really cares whether they move or
They're
not.
just the fillers.
I'm
And,
sorry.
and another thing I don't like is having an in-house producers. He needs to explore more Because Kobe Beast produced 90% of the album.
But that's that's the conversation we were having last week when I was asking you that I don't see a problem with working with one dude if we're gonna work well, you know. Nas,
you
Hit
need
Boy,
to be versatile.
Kobe Beast,
No. I'm saying you need to be. If you wanna be a hit boy and you wanna work with Nas, you need to be versatile and give Nas a variety. But
Okay.
if your shit is gonna sound the same,
All of it,
and then that's a problem.
But a guy like Kobe, which we'll talk about sometime during the pod,
Yeah.
he doesn't just make one thing, you know. I feel like if he was working on 90% of this album, he should have given Big Zulu a bit more. He can do anything, okay. He can make you a Yano song.
Yeah, but I think in his mind, he was like, this is a Big Zulu type of beat.
No, but Big Zulu told him. I think Big Zulu told him this. I think everything we're hearing on this album was planned, bro. He's dropped this album the way he wanted it. Us sitting here and talking about
I don't fuck with the production
on the whole tape.
on the whole tape.
Damn.
There's like few tracks that are like, okay, cool, but the rest, hey man, there's too many fillers.
Yeah, and the features. How you feel about the features?
Oh yeah, features.
He's got gang features. Let me pull them up for you.
No,
Let me pull
the
them up for you.
features. I know the features. The features are nice.
Yeah.
There's one fucked up feature.
Which one?
The Zulu boy.
Yeah.
Big Zulu. Listen, Big Zulu gave Zulu boy 4 bars, and that 4 bars is whack as fuck. Like Big Zulu, like Zulu boy's verse is trash.
Yeah, that's not
4
dope,
bars.
it's not dope. But the
verse is
production,
trash.
the production on that track is fire. Though.
The production
That's
is
the clean
dope.
song. That's a song that can actually move, even with trash 4 bar.
I think
but it can
I
move.
think he sent his verse. I think his verse was longer, and they felt that this shit is trash. They cut it into 4 bars. That shit was hilarious, bro.
I was so happy to see. Oh, fucking Zulu boy is back in the game. Shit,
And when you
fuck this
listened, you were disappointed.
I was, but also Zulu boy towards the like him leaving the game.
Yeah.
he was starting to not like bang the same, you know.
Yeah.
He wasn't on the same.
Yeah.
Which might be right. That song he got the verse and then he was just like I still see it.
Yeah, no. I think that verse was garbage, and they were like, "Hey, let's cut it here."
Facts,
They
facts.
gave him 4 bars.
Kola, do you know Kola? One of the features on the song.
Yes,
Do you like the track?
I like the track.
Okay, Ivolo Volo.
Volo. Yeah,
that's
that's
groovy
one
song.
of that's one of the nice tracks in the album. Yeah.
Here's something crazy about Big Zulu, right? Is that in a time where rappers are making songs that are about 2 minutes, 3 minutes, this nigga's got about 5-minute songs on this album. Like 5 minutes. I think the whole album is maybe an hour 30 to 40 minutes, G. It doesn't contribute to it making it that great. It's hard to listen to an album like that for an hour and 30 minutes. But one thing I need to say is that, man, Big Zulu's got some balls on him and pause, but he's got some balls on him then.
Yeah. No, he raps. One thing I didn't like, one thing I used to do constantly with Big Zulu, there's few song titles that are misspelled.
Yeah.
Niggas didn't pay attention to details, and that's shit I used to do. That's on the previous album. Ungqongqoshe was spelled wrong. I went through making sure that everything is spelled correct. And on this album, there's like few song titles that are spelled wrong. Niggas didn't
For
pay
real?
attention. Yeah, niggas.
That's not professional.
Yeah,
at all.
niggas didn't pay attention to details. Man.
Also,
Come
like,
on.
Zulu needs to tell us what this, or we need to find someone who knows what this means. Crew, Jens Anaz.
Ikwane nyoga. Okay, just if you know what Ikwane nyoga means, write on the comments and explain that shit to us.
Yeah, man. The reason why I said he has balls because I also feel like he doesn't care, man. He doesn't care about what you and I think, and
No.
he just wants to
Big
support-
Zulu is
send his
about-
music to his people.
No, Big Zulu is about the music.
Exactly, and he wants
I
his
think,
people to get the music.
If whoever is around him
Gananda.
will make him work or fail him.
Facts.
You know,
And-
hence I'm saying I'm not happy with the wrong spellings on the song titles.
I hear you. So you feel a lot of unprofessionalism on the album. Musically, you're saying you don't like the production. I'm saying I like the production on it because it's different to my ear. I don't usually listen to Big Zulu's music like that. I listen to the singles that are out. I actually sat down with this album, and like I said, it took me 3 weeks to get an understanding or be able to review it.
I think
And this is my conclusion.
In my opinion, the best Big Zulu's albums the best Big Zulu's album was the first one, Ushunwe Nkabi. It's unfortunate that he hadn't blown up by then. So
but it did help him blow up.
It didn't get enough attention.
But it did help him.
Yeah, it helped him. It was the come up album. But that's the best album. The first album, Ushunwe Nkabi.
Alright.
It's my favorite.
Favorite song on the album? Do you have one?
The Pro Kid one.
Pro Kid? Oh, because you made that joint.
Not
That's
that.
fine, though. We get it.
Not that.
It's all good,
That's the original Pro Kid when he used to be the Pro Kid. Pro Kid before Pro.
I hear you.
Yeah.
That's Pro Kid.
Yeah, his verses are insane.
Pro Kid.
Wozuzobabona Pro Kid.
So you like that one?
Yeah.
Can I tell you the truth?
His verses are insane there.
I'll tell you, there's a friend of ours, big DJ. He thinks that song is trash. The Pro Kid track. And that's your favorite one. He doesn't like it.
He doesn't like it.
Nah.
No, that's because he maybe he was looking for a club banger.
Facts, which he does often. All these DJs do that. My favorite song has to be the Amifaku joint. I love Amifaku. I think whatever she does with any hip hop artist is gold. Her and Aries together is clean. You know, her and MT clean. Her and Big Zulu clean. Happy with that.
I love the collaboration with Java as well.
Oh yeah. But I mean, it's Java now. I think Java and Big Zulu can make some really good music. They should drop
a collab
my
album.
nigga. That's some
Plus,
money.
they're from the same village then. Batsville and
That's
KZN.
money. Look,
they're from the same village.
If Big Zulu's trying to make Maskandi and sell to his Maskandi artists, Maskandi hip hop,
They must do a collab album with Java.
Javinho, dog.
Hey, yo, otherwise we're out of here, man.
Yo, we'll
Peace.
see you. Before we get out though, shout out to Vaya, man. You see this dope ass sneaker
Oh
out
yeah.
here? This our sneakers out here, man. Vaya, go out, get that stuff.
Via, check them out on Facebook.
Yeah.
Via Footwear.
There we go.
They came on board and they gonna be serving us with sneakers, man.
Don't forget,
Check
proud
it out.
sponsor, 15 on Grace. We got the haterade in the though.
And I'm Rashid, yo. I'm Rashid.
Rashid, what